Hey everybody, here with Dan Davidson.
Hey.
One of the great Canadian country music independent success stories in the last 18 months. And of course, a guy who has really had two careers with Tupelo Honey and now as Dan Davidson. And you're out touring across the country doing a slew of shows with Brett Kissel.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And over the course of both careers, you've been in this position a few times where you've been out as an opening act, as a support act. How do you really best take advantage of that opportunity to get out and really connect with fans and build your own fan base? What are some things you do?
You know, there's a lot to be done. It's the planning stages for this tour, for example, were started months and months ago, where I really wanted to figure out how to make sure that we're creating a ton of content. I think that's the number one key, is make sure that people know what you're doing out there, and also using every potential thing you can do, you know, to leverage any sort of buzz online or in person or word of mouth. So the kinds of things that we're trying to do on this tour is, you know, I brought along a friend of mine, Travis, who's doing video and blogging and content for us.
And he's shooting this right now. Yeah,
there he is.
Yeah, love it. Thank you, Travis.
So that's huge, I think, for the tour, because there's a lot of great opportunities that pop up. You know, big crowds and fancy lights and big lines at merch tables and things like that. And you know, when you're sitting at home, you don't always have these cool stories to talk about or to show people. So it's always great to have that perceived value where, look, I'm out doing this and people are responding. So that's, creating content is a big one for me.
And you're great at creating that. Your personality certainly shines through, your sense of humor. Are you feeling like you're also able to almost weave in like a radio tour while you're out on tour and build those relationships and really bolster and strengthen those too?
Yeah, I mean, that's the other thing is just, you know, multitasking while we're out here. So I think building a radio tour is 100%. It has to be done, you know. So I have my radio team, my publicity team working hard on making sure that I'm busy, at least even, you know, before my single's not even out right now, but I'm knocking down those doors, playing it live for them, taking pictures, trying to make some friends. And it's going a long way, you know. It gets people talking, gets people feeling like they're part of the story. And I always find that that's the big thing, is getting people invested in what you're doing and wanting to see what happens next for you. So.
And they are. Let's talk about the non-sexy part of this, but the important part.
Drummers.
Which is, yes, when you're out on tour, especially in a support slot, you're usually not getting paid copious amounts of money.
Yeah.
But you understand that there's an ROI to it. You understand there's a benefit to it. You know, I always say it's chess, not checkers. Like, there's a benefit to going out and doing a cross-Canada tour.
Yeah.
How do you stay out of the red? What have you done?
We're getting creative is what we're doing. You know, it's you look at what the value is, you know, from getting paid from a show like the tour that I'm on, for example, and it's not like we're making tons of money on the guarantees, because that's not what this tour is about. This tour is getting on the front end of a tour that doesn't really need me to sell tickets. I just want to, if I can make the show 10% stronger, unbelievable, because I'm out there with the big headliner. So the things I'm trying to do to make sure that that's worth the time is, you know, well, obviously what we're talking about, multitasking, creating content, but I have to be able to afford that too, and that's not always easy, especially as an independent. So what we've been doing, what I've been doing, is basically just asking people for money. No, I've been trying
you don't ask, you're not going to get
exactly.
it, right?
I'm trying to get sponsors.
I love that.
So, you know, I've reached out to a lot of people. I'm trying to figure out what my value is to companies. Like Montana's has been a sponsor of the tour. They're really interested in me doing a lot of social media and blogging and trying to associate their brand with country music and exciting shows like we're doing. So that's cool. And Driving Force has been great. They're a van company they're across Canada, but their head office is in Edmonton, where I live. So I've been talking a lot with them and building a relationship, working on building a relationship with them for the last year or so.
So do you literally just cold call these guys and then send them a proposal, or how do you go about it? Are these relationships that you've had for years?
You know, pretty much it's a cold call thing, to tell you the truth. Like, I think with Driving Force, I've been working on that relationship for a long time, and they've been really great to me. But with Montana's and with the two beer companies that have sponsored it, I kind of just reached out and said, hey, my name's Dan. Here's what I'm doing. I'd love to talk to you about this opportunity to work together on something. And then once they're interested, then I'll start saying, like, okay, well, here's the response on my Instagram post, for example. This is the average number of likes. This is the average number of shares. And And here's what happens if I boost a Facebook video. I get this
So
X
your
amount of
ability
views.
to reverse engineer and then analyze your own posts is probably massively beneficial. The fact that you can break out that data and explain it to someone.
Yeah, you know, I think so. I think knowing the demographic and knowing where they go on social media and what they do and what they like has been great. I mean, all the analytical tools are there, so you just have to kind of take a look at them, really, and then figure out what content best serves those people and how it fits into the potential sponsors. And it worked out great for this tour. You know, we're looking good. I'm not too stressed, and it helps my psyche as I'm on the road.
Yeah.
So I know I'm not just hemorrhaging money all the time. It's all
There
part
may
of it.
not be a more important time in history for an artist to be an entrepreneur than right now.
Yeah, no, it scares me when you see that some of the new artists that are kind of just hope for the best and they go out there, because you get your heart broken if you do that. You have to be so prepared if you're going to be an independent, if you're going to go out on the road. It's a hard industry to be in no matter what, you know.
Yeah.
You're going to get your heart broken a little bit, but the best thing you can do is be prepared, especially, you know, financially.
Yeah, and take some accountability and responsibility, and the fact that you're willing to make those calls yourself, even though you do have a team, just is a great reminder that you're on a ship, but at times you can go and steer it. Right?
Yeah, I mean, everybody, like with everybody that I have, like with Invictus and with Feldman and Red Brick Songs and Sharp 9 Music and my producer Jeff, like it's a ship, but everyone's got their jobs, right? And
Yeah.
and for me, if I can just do what I'm doing really well and let everybody else do what they're doing really well, then it's going to be so much better than if somebody has to carry my responsibilities. That's what I think anyway.
That's the line of the video right there. That's it. That's
Okay.
it. Dan, thanks so much for
Thanks,
sharing your
Jim.
wisdom
Yeah, man.
and your time, and best of luck with the rest of the tour. Keep killing it out there.
Thanks so much. Looking
Yeah.
forward to it.
Awesome. Thank you.